Hi there, this is Maneesh from PM Pulse bringing to you yet another power-packed episode on PM Ninja video series. In this particular video or episode, I would like to discuss about the most comprehensive PMP 2021 video package that is available in the entire industry as of today. To understand more, keep watching. All right. You need to know that we have a platform called PM Video. We just decided to create our own platform instead of, banding along with Udemy or such other platforms. Because over there, unfortunately, they are great guys, but they're now all cutting corners just to make sure that they can actually have a better price than others. And the content has really suffered a lot. So I decided not to be in part of that rat race and decided to create something of my own. And since that I have something of my own, and therefore I decided to go ahead and create something so comprehensive that people could really rely on and depend on. But then the question is, why would you just take my words for it? All right, so now I'm going to show you exactly what's there in this PMP comprehensive package, video package. Keep watching. All right, let's have a look at how do we access this platform. So the access to this platform is just type pmvideo.pm-pulse.com, right? And you just press enter. Basically, that takes you to the homepage and it gives you information about the home pages. Over a period of time, we'll have multiple categories. We would have something on Agile, we would have something on program management. So this place would have tons of content. But right now, we are talking about PMP, the entire video on PMP, the most comprehensive package. So let's stick to that. So the major category right now is only about PMP. But when you get here, you will actually find that there are a total of 64 videos in this particular category. Now, in this category, you have PMP flashcards, and I'm going to make a separate video about the flashcards. These are marvelous. But again, as I said, this entire video is about the PMP Ninja 35 Contact Hours PMP 2021 course. And here you can go and see the details. When you load this, you will actually find that at the top, you will actually come across the video, which will explain exactly what is contained in this particular package. It also gives you samples of those packages. And then, of course, there's a complete detail, absolutely what all is contained, right? So instead of reading this, I'm just going to press buy now and take you in. Now, this is the place where you just have to enter your basic data and then you submit. It takes you to the payment gateway. All right, so once you have done the payment and the payment is successful, what's going to happen is you'll be shown a success message, but at the same time, you'll also be told that, well, an email has been shot from this particular website or this particular platform to your registered email account. And that email would contain your access details. And of course, the password would be a system generated password, so you can actually enter and then immediately change your password to something that you can easily remember. So make sure that you enter it very steadfastly. You need to be very careful when entering the passwords. There is a security policy in place, so that's the reason why I'm saying that you need to be a little careful and you need to log out every time you finish watching videos or you're done for that day. You need to properly log out. All right, having said that, you use that credential which is there in your account, and well, in my case, I have this email ID, and then I enter my password and then I enter. So you will see all the trainings which have been assigned to you, right? So you can see that these trainings are assigned to you. So one of the trainings that I'm currently working on is PM Ninja 35 Contact Hours. I'm also assigned flashcards. And once I click this trot training, that's when magic happens. You see, you will find so many videos. Let's actually go through these videos. They are so comprehensive. Very first one is getting started. It'll tell you exactly how to go through this video, why we have created a particular sequence. It's a revolutionary sequence that we have created because so many people were facing so much of confusions. And therefore, in order to overcome those confusions and yet to make sure that everybody understands all aspects of Agile, all aspects of project management, all aspects and content of ECO, and everything additional that is provided in the PMI approved PMP guide, PMP prep, actually, all of that is provided here in a manner that is very easy and natural for us, intuitive for us to understand. And of course, each of the videos are created in such a fashion as though you're having a conversation with me. They're not very sophisticated in nature. They're more conversational. And the reason for that is you should not feel tedious when you're listening to these videos and watching these videos. And not only that, we've also made sure that each topic we talk about practical examples. Suppose you do this, as this happens in so and so industry, and we've given examples from different industries as well, right? So it's very well created, and the whole idea is that you should be able to understand, never mug up. Now let's have a look at it. So that's what's going to be contained in getting started. And then we have project framework part 1, then we have project framework part 2. This is where we are actually going to talk about phases, and we are going to talk more about things like Agile. And the way the Agile has been shown here, whether you're from IT industry or not, whether you are used to Agile or not, this is actually will make you understand Agile to the extent where it becomes absolutely natural for you. Yes, I'm not kidding. Yeah, all right. So then we talk about domain 3. So there are 3 domains now as per ECO. One is the people, the second is process, and of course the third one, which has 8% of examination questions, and that's called domain 3, which is called business environment. So I've created it separately, and all the matter that is contained in domain 3 is actually discussed here. In most of the trainings provided by other ATPs, they actually put domain 3 at the end, which defeats the purpose, because domain 3 actually explains to you what are the reasons for having a project, what are the organization structures, all those kind of things which you are supposed to know before you get into real project management. That's why every bit of detail of the sequencing has been done here. All right. Now, after that, we talk about initiation, right? And then we have 5 portions of planning. Each of these are about 2 hours long and very well explained. And then we move on to implementation in 4 parts, right? Then we have closing, basically, essentially just one process. And then we talk about your PMP journey, how to prepare for your PMP. And we tell the PM Pulse famous 3-step model of acing PMP exams very fast. All right. And then we talk about Ninja Drill. Now, these drills are really amazing. Let me show it to you. Ninja Drill works fantastic. So now that you've gone through all of these concepts, right, and you've understood it very well, what I've done is that one of my books called Ninja Notes, they became an international bestseller when it comes to PMP kind of documents. People loved it. They loved the concept, right? And what I did is I just recreated the entire Ninja Notes in the form of drills. What does it do? So, for example, it takes most important tools and techniques, the most important definitions, the most important concepts which regularly show up on PMP exam, and show it to you as notes. So I'm kind of running it now, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to hear the video as well. And well, questions, then the answer is a project. Remember, if the answer to any one of these 3 questions ends in no, then it will not be a project. It will be certain kind of an operation whatsoever, but it will definitely not be a project. Project management has 49 processes classified into 10 knowledge areas and 3 domains. It's any obstacles encountered or anticipated, also known as daily stand-up. Impediment is an obstacle that prevents the team from achieving its objectives, also known as a blocker. right? So I think you get a good picture what this is all about. So basically, we have ninja drills for everything: initiation, planning, implementation, closing, every conceivable important note, tips and tricks, definitions, all of them are there in the form of ninja drill, because these are not notes, these are videos, right? But they are actually taken in from the notes, and they have been revised for the 2021. And then we don't stop there. We then move on to review questions. So each of these chapters would have review questions, and we don't stop even there. And these are in guided format. I'm going to give you a tour, like how does guided questions work. I'll show it to you. And then basically what happens once you've done all the review questions, which is quite a few questions, by the way, right? And then we have two complete sets of PMP exams, 180 questions each, all of them in guided format. So you have set one, full exam set one, and then you have full exam set two. They're of course in three parts of 60 questions each, so that it does not become too tedious, and at the same time it allows you to take some breaks. All right, so let's have a look at the very first examination set. And the correct answer is net present value. Net present value is a net present value of. And then I go ahead to explain the entire answer, right? So I do that with each and every question. In fact, I even go ahead
Let's
to
move
the
on to
extent of explaining why certain other options are not the correct answer. So it's very well explained. Let's have a
number
look.
43. As a project manager, you have identified the stakeholders of your project. What should you do next? A. Update project charter. B. Create project management plan. C. Create communications management plan. And D. Create stakeholder register.
All right. So once I give you enough time to think about it, you have to think of the answer and try to do it as soon as possible. And then I
And the
actually
correct
tell you
answer
the correct
is
answer.
create stakeholder register. See, once you've identified all the stakeholders, you have to get them documented, right? So this is the best option because the question is talking about next, the immediate next thing that you're going to do. In fact, if you look at A, B, and C, they are quite distant. In fact, if you look at A, project charter is created even before identifying the stakeholders. So this is not even a.
So basically, I explain everything, right? Now, the set one is a little bit of a starter set. It's not that all the questions in this are easy, but it is a mixed where you have easier questions, smaller questions, and you have a lot of wordy questions. But the set two is a very powerful set. Over here, we actually give you more wordy questions.
And then they will take the decision. Your job is to inform and bring it to the notice of the right people. All these other options are not correct, right? So, for example, play down the incident. Now, you're going to play down the incident just because somebody, very abusive a person is related to somebody else. Well, even in the real world, the moment you do this, you're actually promoting a lot of problems, right? So, this should never be done.
And this way, I explain everything. The reason I spend so much time explaining each of the questions because the questions can show up in any form. So just by doing one question, you begin to understand the entire genre of questions which will be connected to this. And if any one of them show up, you should be able to do it. So the idea is that you're not doing just 360 questions, which is 180 plus 180. And of course, the review questions, you also understand that your capability is beyond 400 questions or more because each of the questions have been explained to the extent where this entire kind of questions you'll be able to answer. So that's the whole trick here. We're not just simply showing you a question and say, hey, this is the answer, and make it too crisp. No, we also give you a lot of explanation so that you understand the line of questioning and the different generations of questions and how to answer these generations of questions, right? So that's basically what this entire package is. There are 34 videos totaling above 47 hours in total. This is by far the most comprehensive video package on PMP in the industry anywhere, right? And the way we have explained, the way we have covered each and every topic is so comprehensive that you will remember. And the best part is, once you invest here, you don't have to invest in anything else. You don't have to buy any book. You don't have to, subscribe to anything else. You might not even have to go to an exam simulator. If you spend enough time on these review questions, you'll be surprised how good you will be at answering questions, right? Because that's the reason why I read it out, I explain it to you, and I also tell you why certain answers which look kind of good but are not the correct answer, right? So that's how this entire topic, the entire PMP has been covered. Kind of cool, right? Say the moment you finish watching, please log out. It's very important for us to log out because there is a rather strict policy about security. All right. All right. Now that you've seen the extent of coverage and the amount of effort that we have put in this particular video package, well, go ahead and subscribe and leave your worries behind. And the best part is, once you subscribe to this package, you don't have to buy anything else. You don't have to get hold of any other book. You don't have to look at any other material. You don't even have to go for any kind of an exam simulator. It's all here. Thank you for watching. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on any of our video packages or any of the episodes of PM Ninja or any of the announcements of the exciting things that we bring forward in the field of project management, well, subscribe to this channel. And because we don't advertise, please go ahead and share it with as many people as you can. Thank you once again.